Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. And I know I'm late. I know came out last week, but let's take a look at this. So this is a new feature where the NPCs will actually now ask you if the bus is going to a certain stop, and you have to give them the right answer. If you don't, I think you do get dinged for that. So yeah, I know that this came out last week. Honestly, I've been trying to figure out how I wanted to make a video for this because the save game doesn't migrate over to PS5. I'm not looking forward to getting all the way back to where I was on the PS4 version, but at the same time, I want to bring you guys the PS5 version of the game because the PS5 version is running so much smoother and better. Now, guys, the one thing I've been seeing a lot of is people saying that on the PS5 version, the graphics aren't any better. And I think a lot of people don't know the difference between like a next-gen upgrade and a remake. So they didn't remake this game. It's just an upgrade. So basically the graphics are going to be the same, just they're now going to be in 4K and you're going to have 60 FPS. You know, nothing mind-blowing. They're not, they didn't rebuild the game from the bottom up specifically for next gen. So yeah, the graphics, don't expect the graphics to look, you know, next gen quality. It just got like the 4K 60 FPS treatment. So let's talk about some things that I've noticed right off the bat from playing the game for a little bit. I should say, this is the new part of the map. I'm playing in the new career mode. The new career mode is basically the same as Sandbox, but with economy system. So you start off the game with, I think, $800,000. You have to buy a bus, and you have to build your fortune. But you get to plan out all the routes and all that. There's no story. There's no you don't have to unlock anything. The whole map is unlocked for you. You just drive. You create your routes, and you make money. So that's what the new career mode is about. I haven't had any issues with the game on PS5. I know that I've seen a lot of people saying that on PS4 they're still experiencing a lot of crashes and a lot of lag and just a lot of issues. And, you know, I don't know. I mean, maybe with some of these games, maybe it's kind of time to just admit that they need to switch over to next gen completely to work out all of these bugs. Now, I will say that there's some things on here that I changed, like the ticket machine sales. I'm pretty sure you could do this prior to the update, but we can make it where it's contactless, so I don't have to give them change. I just did it to kind of speed it along a little bit. Again, I had to change all my wheel settings. I had to rebind all the keys because the save didn't migrate over. Let's talk about some of the things, though, that I've noticed that has changed. Vehicle AI. The vehicle AI does seem to be improved, although I never thought the vehicle AI was that bad in this game to begin with. I've always felt that the AI in this game is a lot better than what we have in Tourist Bus Simulator and Fern Bus Simulator. But I did notice some cool things with the vehicle AI, the traffic AI, that I don't know if it was just a weird coincidence or if it's something that's changed. But like, there was a car stopped like on the side of the road, and I went around them, and there was a car coming in the opposite lane, and he actually moved over. Like, he didn't just stop. Normally the AI in these games, the traffic would just stop if you crossed the lane, but he actually moved over and gave me room. Now, I don't know if that was just a one-off thing, that was a fluke or what, but I thought that was really cool. Now, the pedestrian AI, I don't know, man. I still see the pedestrians do a lot of stupid things. I've still had people just run out right in front of me, like when I was right on top of a crosswalk, when, you know, common sense would tell you probably not to run out in the road when there's a bus right there. So I still see those kinds of issues. Luckily, I didn't hit them. I managed to avoid that. One issue that I'm having right now is that with this particular bus, this is the Iveco. This was a DLC that I bought prior to this update. The braking on this thing is horrible. It just stops like instantly. You can't slow down with the brake. It's just either you got to slow down by letting off the gas, and when you hit the brake, it literally just stops instantly, which is horrible. But yeah, this is the new part of the map. This is one of the new parts of the map. This is up by the dam. Well, like I said, I don't know exactly where it is. Like I said, it was difficult for me to figure out how I wanted to do this video, because showing off the whole thing in one video, I feel like the video would have been just too long, and I didn't want it to be like a 40-50 minute video. I figured we'll tackle the new parts in chunks. I want to get back to doing a Let's Play, but I need to get the game. I need to get to the same spot I was on the PS4 version. I don't want to just start all over again, because we've already seen that. Now, the devs in their Discord, I guess they said that it was intended that you were supposed to be able to migrate to save games over, but something happened where it's not working. You can't do it. They're looking into it, and that's not something that they planned. This is something that they want to work, and they're looking into it, and hopefully they'll get it fixed, so then we can migrate our saves over to PS5, and then I don't have to start all over again, you know, and we can continue where we left off. Now, one of the additions is that now you see kids in the game, and the odd thing is they put out a roadmap, and we have a school bus DLC coming up, which is interesting. So we're going to be able to stop at schools and pick up children. So we're going to be school bus drivers. The children are already in the game. In Q4 of this year, they're introducing trams that you can drive. Now, the trams are already in the game. With this update, there's tram lines, and there's an actual tram in the game that you can ride on. You can't drive it yet, but you can ride on it. So it's kind of curious to me that all these things are already in the game, just waiting for the DLC to be released. Now, on the PS5 version, I believe it's just like the PC version now. On next-gen consoles, you can have 180 buses, where on PS4, you're still limited to only 100. Doesn't really bother me too much, but I know some people, they have an issue with that. Let's see here. On the PS5 version, the map's a lot more densely populated. The new parts of the map, there's a lot more trees and stuff like that. But so far, what I can see on the whole map of Angel Shores anyway, it's much more populated with people. And I think that's due to the more powerful nature of the next-gen systems that, you know, the PS4 and the old Xbox, they just couldn't handle all that going on at the same time, whereas these systems, they can handle it a lot better. Performance issues, I haven't had any. Maybe there was like one little FPS drop, I think, while playing it, but I haven't really noticed a lot. It runs a lot smoother than Fernbus, I will say that. But for me, I still feel like Fernbus is my my kind of go-to game like this. You know, it's just, this doesn't do anything for my drive craving, right? The crave to have a really good driving simulator, whereas Fernbus Simulator, it kind of quenches that. I feel like on Fernbus, the whole game just feels a little bit more realistic to me, driving the buses, even though you don't have the force feedback. I don't know how to explain it. It still just feels more realistic to play that game than it does this game. This game feels very arcadey. The graphics, to me, feel kind of cartoonish, kind of like animated looking. It's not a bad thing at all. I'm just saying what I think about the game. So right here, this is a problem that plagues this game as well as Fernbus. The GPS totally screwed me over. That last stop, I guess I had to turn around, but where, you know, I didn't see anywhere where it said I had to turn around, so I had to turn around here to get to the next stop. So again, overall, you know, Bus Simulator 21, it's still the same game. It's still very enjoyable. I will say they did something with the force feedback with the wheel. The wheel feels so much better now than it did before. And the funny thing is, I always felt that the wheel felt pretty good in this game because it's a bus, and they're new buses. New vehicles today, they don't steer hard. There's not, they're all power steering. They all have all the bells and whistles on them. So I mean, these vehicles, they're not like back in the day where they were really difficult. But I do feel like they bumped up everything on the force feedback, so you feel it a little bit more, and it's very, very pleasing. It works very well. They didn't change it so drastically that it feels like you're playing maybe F1 or ACC or something like that, but it definitely feels a lot better. It's a huge improvement to the game, I feel. But yeah, that's kind of my first look at the Next Stop update, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you're enjoying the game. Like I said, if you're on PS4, I know that there's a lot of people on PS4 having issues with the game. I haven't heard too many problems on PS5. But if you guys are having any issues with it, let me know in the comments, and let me know what you think about the whole update, the whole DLC. Are you guys on a steering wheel? If you are, what wheel are you on? Do you feel like the force feedback feels better to you? Of course, I'm on a Fanatic CSL Elite, and I'm feeling a huge difference in the force feedback with this update compared to the last one. So yeah, guys, I hope you're all having a fantastic day. I appreciate you all so much for watching, and we'll see you next time. And I will leave you to watch me go to the last stop here. Enjoy, guys.
PlayStation